Greetings and salutations. Let me put this over here. I see it a little bit easier that way. There we go. 275 entries so far. Again, more than 10 thumbs up. We'll do extra score a treat football cards. Score a treat football cards. We'll do 3 for sure. For at least 10 thumbs up, and every thumbs up after the 10 will open up another bonus pack. So what we will do is when we get there, I will, all you have to do is let me know. I'll verify it. And if so, we'll open up extra packs. So that's the plan for today. Again, this is Don Blondal, Hall of Fame and more. Thanking you for stopping by. Again, we're starting off with 275, so most likely we should make the 3rd tier. So we do have 2 tiers so far. We got 2 prizes on the October-November giveaway. Just so everybody does know there. For the October-November giveaway. So other than that, we're going to be doing Hall of Fame Bio, episode 303, Joe Tinker, plus trivia. We will do a trivia today, and then tomorrow will be our Fairfield Friday tomorrow, since Jason got me all stocked up there. And if we make it to more than 20 thumbs up, we'll open up that Mega Mystery Power Box. The Mega Mystery Power Box. Let me go ahead and get everybody logged in here. I'm going to start at 2:05. We'll go to 2:10. Sorry about the lateness. The missus and I had to go grocery shopping real quick, and so I did that, and we came back. And I inhaled a pastry and came up here, so I haven't had lunch yet. So please bear with me if my tummy starts growling. Just teasing, by the way. All right, so let me get ready to log everybody in here, and I will go from, let's see, who was the early bird today? Sean the Jedi Master. Oh yeah, Sean, thank you very much for those Series 2 cards. I did update my list, so if anybody can go to my post or on my channel, I do have an updated list. I think I need, can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it's a much smaller list now to finish my 2024 Topps baseball card set. Okay, so Sean the Jedi Master. With a 2+. Then next we had God is Great. God is Great. With a 2+. Followed by Crossover Paranormal. Topps is here. Thanks, John. Followed by Space Case Cards. With a 2+. Dragon Fan Tim. With a 2+. And Bernie H. Bernie H. Bernie H. With a 2 plus. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Should have at least 6 thumbs up by now. Maybe 7. We'll see. Bernie H, Cops, Dragon Fan Tim, God is Great, Sean the Jedi Master, and Space Case Cards. If I missed anybody, let me know. You got 2 more minutes to 2:10. Right? I'll type it in here and the early bird. As soon as I do that, we'll get into our trivia. Again, we're going to be doing Joe Tinker. I've got a Calgon chip here. I've got a 2012-2013 Cooperstown card for Joe Tinker. So that is what we got there. And my next big project I'm going to start working on is getting a baseball card for everybody in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I would probably venture to say I probably have close to 80% or more of the current Hall of Famers, with new ones to be added. But I'm going to try and do it where it's a regular baseball card depicting the player on the card. Okay. Some may be from different things. I've got a Cooperstown set that I know I can get a whole bunch of them from. But that'll be fun for sure. So without further ado, I am ending it there and the early birds at 2:10. So Chuck Nasty Sports, Chuck Dupree. With a 2 plus. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's 7, 8. Should probably hopefully have about 8. God is Great, Chuck. All right. So let me do a refresh real quick here. And then I will get ready to turn the camera toward me here soon. Okay. Actually, no. I already got it turned. I will turn it real quick to show you that I am here. And we'll go back to the binder setup there. Oh, there we go. I chose it again. Why didn't it change? I'm here. I'm really here. It's me. And I've got hair now. At least that's what I've been accused of, having hair now. It's kind of white, kind of thin, but you can kind of see it up here. For those that don't remember seeing me in the bald, that's usually what I do. But without further ado, let me change the camera back here to my table. We're going to be doing these after we finish this, but we will get into the trivia next. For today, the 17th of October. Okay, pulled off our trivia for today, and it is going to be Hall of Fame related. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be worth 7 points. There are 5 correct answers, and you got to get them in the correct order. Okay? You got to get them in the correct order. So, let's just get right into it, and I'll explain it as we go through. So the baseball birthdays for today, Thursday, September October 17th, 2024 are Buck Ewing, Red Rolfe, Paul Derringer, and Jim Gilliam. Okay, and it is Hall of Fame related. Oh, let me go through the list real quick. Let me know if I missed anybody. Bernie H., Chuck Dupree, Cops, Dragon Fan Tim, God is Great, Sean the Jedi Master, and Space Case Cards. You are our early birds for today. So, match the inaugural Hall of Fame class with the number of writers who didn't vote for them. Okay? So these are all the inaugural Hall of Fame class, the very first class in the Hall of Fame, which were the following. Number 1 is Babe Ruth. Number 2 is Ty Cobb. Number 3 is Walter Johnson. Number 4 is Christy Mathewson. And number 5 is Honus Wagner. Okay? So just so you know, there are 5 players, but there are 4 different choices to match up to the players. Okay? So I want you to do it this way. So I'm not going to put them in order, but I want them in order by number 1 is Babe Ruth, number 2 is Ty Cobb, number 3 is Walter Johnson, number 4 is Christy Mathewson, and number 5 is Honus Wagner. Okay, and then the letter to the left of that player's number would be the ones that I need you to fill in the blanks with. So in other words, it could be A1, B2, C3, D4, D4. It could be, okay, because there's only 4 in the A, B, C, and D choices. So that means 2 players have the same letter that need to go in front of their name. Okay? If that's the correct answers. It's going to be a tough one. That's why it'll be worth 7. Okay? So 1 Babe Ruth, 2 Ty Cobb, 3 Walter Johnson, 4 Christy Mathewson, and 5 Honus Wagner. Okay? The choices of the number of writers who didn't vote for them are A is 21, B is 4, C is 11, and D is 37. Go ahead and give your answers now. Okay? Repeat the numbers. Number 1 is Babe Ruth. Number 2 is Ty Cobb. Number 3 is Walter Johnson. Number 4 is Christy Mathewson. And number 5 is Honus Wagner. So in the first inaugural Hall of Fame class, there were these 5 players with the number of writers, and then you need to figure out and match the inaugural Hall of Fame class with the number of writers who didn't vote for them. The A, B, C, and D. Oh, you want the A? A is 21. B is 4. C is 11. And D is 37. Okay, so that's the numbers and the letters, the names, and the number of writers who didn't vote for them, as in the 21, 4, 11, and 37. A, 21, B, 4, C, 11, D, 37. 1 is Babe Ruth, 2 is Ty Cobb, 3 is Walter Johnson, 4 is Christy Mathewson, and 5 is Honus Wagner. We'll allow 2 more minutes to try and come up with whoever gets the most correct. That's how many you'll get. If you get all 5 correct, you will get 7 additional entries. So whenever it's a hard one like this, it's worth more free entries. But it is harder to do also. Oh, that's where that receipt went. It was in my pocket. Went to the Oriental grocery store for my wife. She hasn't been in like over a month now. I was being nice to her. But I can never get my wife out of the house before lunch, before noon. That makes it difficult when I'm doing it. We got stuck in traffic once. And then we got stuck in traffic twice. But the second time was not as bad. I chose the lesser of the two. Let's see. Sean has. Sean, you got 2 correct. Yeah, traffic does, especially when it's just the back road. It's not even, I wasn't even stuck on the freeway, the interstate, I-5. So, yes. You only got 4 of them matched up, though. There's 5 players, but you did get 2 right. I won't tell you which 2. But since right now you are the only one that provided some guesses, you're going to get 2 there, Sean. Sean, you're going to get 2 for getting the first 2 correct. 1 is C, 11, Babe Ruth. 2 is B, 4, with Ty Cobb. Oh, what is the number for letter E? No, there's no number for letter E. It's just A, B, C, and D. 2 of them have the same, but that's okay. 1, 2, B. So number 3 was D, 37, Walter Johnson. Number 4 was A, and that was 21, Christy Mathewson. And number 5 was also C, the same as Babe Ruth. So Babe Ruth and Christy Mathewson both had 11 writers not vote for them. Okay, so you got the 2 there, and that shows you the matchups right there. I don't think they said, okay, yeah, they do have the back. So that's what that is right there. And then on the back, it says A is C. Ruth received 215 of 226 votes. 2B was 202 votes. 3D was 189 votes. 4A was 205 votes. And 5C was 215 votes. In case you were wondering, the matchups and the numbers of votes. That was a tough one. That's why I said it's worth it getting the seven points if you get it correct. So without further ado, we are going to go into Joe Tinker's biography. Okay. Joe Tinker. All right. Again, these are his 3 cards. Here, let me put that right there. How's that look? I think that looks pretty good over there, like that. I'm trying to adjust it so so it looks aesthetically nice and clear on your screen there. Joseph Burt Tinker was born July 27th, 1880, and passed away on July 27th, 1948, at the age of 68. He was an American professional baseball player and manager. He played from 1902 through 1916 for the Chicago Cubs and Cincinnati Reds of Major League Baseball and the Chicago Whales of the Federal League. Born in Muscota, Kansas, Tinker began playing semi-professional baseball in Kansas in the late 19th century. First in Kansas City, then in Parsons. He began his professional career in 1900 in the minor league baseball, initially in Denver, then with Portland in the Northwestern League. He made his MLB debut with the Cubs in 1902. Tinker was a member of the Chicago Cubs dynasty that won 4 pennants and 2 World Series championships between 1906 and 1910. After playing 1 season with Cincinnati in 1913, he became one of the first stars to jump to the upstart Federal League in 1914. After leading the Whales to the pennant in 1915, he returned to the Cubs as their player-manager in 1916, his final season in the MLB. Tinker returned to minor league baseball as part owner and manager for the Columbus Senators before moving to Orlando, Florida, to manage the Orlando Tigers. While in Orlando, Tinker developed a real estate firm which thrived during the Florida land boom of the 1920s. However, the 1926 Miami hurricane and the Great Depression cost Tinker most of his fortune, and he returned to professional baseball in the late 1930s. With the Cubs, Tinker was part of a great double play combination with teammates Johnny Evers and Frank Chance, and was immortalized as Tinker to Evers to Chance in the poem Baseball's Sad Lexicon. However, Evers and Tinker feuded off the field. Tinker was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1946, the same year as Evers and Chance. He also had been honored by the Florida State League and the city of Orlando. As far as his early life, Tinker was born in Muscota, Kansas. His twin sister died at a young age. When Tinker was 2, his family moved to Kansas City, Kansas. There, he began to play baseball for his school's team when he was 14 years old. He played in semi-professional baseball for Higgins Taylors in 1898, winning the city championship. In 1899, he played for a team based in Parsons, Kansas, until it disbanded. Then he joined a team representing Coffeyville, Kansas, as a third baseman for the remainder of the year. Tinker started his professional baseball career in 1900 at the age of 19, when Billy Hewlin, a teammate of Tinker's with the Coffeyville squad, recommended him to George Thibault, the manager of the Denver Grizzlies of the Western League. Playing as a second baseman for Denver, Tinker batted .219 in his first 32 games. Thibault sold Tinker to the Great Falls Indians of the Montana State League. In June, Great Falls sold Tinker to the Helena Senators, also in the Montana State League, for $200 later in the season due to the team's financial insolvency. In 1901, Tinker batted .290 for the Portland Webfoots of the Pacific Northwest League as their third baseman. He led the league with 37 stolen bases, receiving interest from the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds of the National League. Tinker decided on the Cubs when teammate Jack McCarthy told him that he felt mistreated from his time with the Reds. Then on to his major league career. Let me get a sip of water here real quick. Hold on a second. Let me take this real quick. Yeah, well. Pretty good. Yeah, you could probably come by here. Right, but that's fine. About what time? Right, 8:30. I should be done. All right, sounds good. All right, guys, that was my pastor. Had to take that real quick. Okay, so where were we? On to his major league career. Chicago Cubs. When he purchased Tinker's contract, Cubs manager Frank Seeley was seeking a replacement at shortstop for Barry McCormick, who had joined the St. Louis Browns of the rival American League. Tinker won the job during spring training as a rookie in 1902. Tinker batted .261, but also led the National League shortstops with 72 errors. Johnny Evers, as a rookie, played second base for the Cubs with Frank Chance, the team's first baseman. The trio first played together on September 13, 1902, and collaborated on their first double play on September 15th. In the 1903 season, Tinker's batting average improved to .291, and he also contributed 70 RBIs. Tinker led all National League shortstops. Sorry, let me turn the sound off so my phone don't ring again during the show. In the 1906 season with a .944 fielding percentage. On September 14, 1905, Tinker and Evers engaged in a fistfight on the field because Evers had taken a cab to the stadium and left his teammates behind in the hotel lobby. They did not speak for years following this event. Tinker led all shortstops in the National League in double plays turned in the 1905 season. Led by Tinker, Evers, and Chance, the Cubs had a 116 wins and 36 loss record in the 1906 season, a record for victories that only was matched by Seattle Mariners in the 2001 season, in which the Mariners played 10 more games than the 1906 Cubs. Tinker batted .167 in the 1906 World Series as the Chicago White Sox defeated the Cubs in 6 games. Prior to the 1907 season, Tinker underwent surgery for appendicitis. Tinker batted only .154 in the 1907 World Series, but the Cubs defeated the Detroit Tigers in 5 games. In the 1908 season, Tinker played all 157 games on the Cubs' schedule. In addition to batting .266, he led the team with 146 hits, 6 home runs, 14 triples, and a .391 slugging percentage. He also led the league with 570 assists. In the game characterized by Merkel's honor, Tinker hit an inside-the-park home run against Christy Mathewson of the New York Giants prior to Fred Merkel's base-running gaffe in the 1908 National League playoff game, which was a replay of the Merkel game. Tinker hit a lead-off triple off of Mathewson in the third inning, which ignited a 4-run rally that helped Chicago to clinch the pennant. Tinker then batted .263 as the Cubs defeated the Tigers in the 1908 World Series in 5 games. Tinker also hit a home run off Bill Donovan, the first home run hit in the World Series following the 1905 rules agreement. Repeat the numbers. Okay, I didn't miss anything in the chat. Thank you. And let's see. Looks like we're still hanging tight at 5 thumbs up. In 1909, Tinker, who earned $1,500, demanded a $2,500 salary. He accepted a $200 raise. The Cubs reached the 1910 World Series, and though Tinker batted .333 in the series, the Cubs lost to the Philadelphia Athletics in 5 games. Following the 1910 season, Tinker threatened to quit the Cubs and play baseball in Australia over a salary dispute. Tinker led the National League with 486 assists in the 1911 season and led all shortstops and putouts with 333. In August of 1911, Chance suspended Tinker for the remainder of the season for using profanity, though he was reinstated 2 days later. Gary Harriman, the owner of the Reds, identified Tinker as an ideal candidate to become his player-manager for the 1912 season. According to Tinker, shareholders of the Reds approached Tinker about his interest in the job, and he then met with Charles W. Murphy, the Cubs owner, and Chance, then serving as the Cubs manager. They forbade him from taking the role with Cincinnati, which left Tinker unhappy. Herman began to listen to entreaties from his players, who wanted to retain Clark Griffith as manager, but decided to hire Hank O'Day. In the 1912 season, Tinker had a .282 batting average and scored 80 runs and recorded 75 RBIs, both career records. He again led the league in putouts by a shortstop, 354. Tinker finished in fourth place in the Chalmers Award voting following the season, behind Larry Doyle, Honus Wagner, and Chief Myers. Right. Keep an eye on my time here, since my pastor's going to be coming by at 3:30. Cincinnati Reds. Murphy named Evers the new manager of the Cubs for the 1913 season, and Tinker did not want to play for Evers, and met with Murphy and Evers to discuss his transfer to the Reds. Murphy was unhappy with Tinker's high salary demands, which led him to agree to trade Tinker to the Cincinnati Reds. In December 1912, the Reds received Tinker, Harry Chapman, and Grover Loudermilk in exchange for Red Corridon, Bert Humphries, Pete Kinsley, Mike Mitchell, and Art Phelan. He signed a contract for an undisclosed salary. Tinker missed several weeks during the 1913 season when he gave blood for his wife's blood transfusion. Tinker finished the season with a .317 batting average, .445 slugging percentage, and a .968 fielding percentage, all career highs in 110 games. However, the Reds as a team struggled, finishing the season with a 64-89 win-loss record due to the Reds' struggles. However, the Reds as a team struggled, finishing the season with, due to the Reds' struggles, Herman challenged Tinker's managerial style and sought his resignation, and Tinker refused to resign. The Chicago Whales and the Cubs. In October 1913, Tinker and Herman conferred, leading to Tinker signing a contract to remain with the Reds manager for the 1914 season. However, Herman fired Tinker in November, leaving him to seek contract from another team. Tinker complained that Herman did not seek his input on player transactions, while Herman charged that Tinker did not accept his authority. Charles Ebbets, the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers, viewed Tinker as a good replacement for the released Bob Fisher, their shortstop in 1913. The Cubs, Giants, Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Philadelphia Phillies were also interested in acquiring Tinker. Ebbets secured Tinker's release from the Reds for $15,000, with another $10,000 to be paid to Tinker. The teams also agreed to swap players, with Earl Yingling and Herbie Moran going to Cincinnati and Dick Egan going to Brooklyn. Ebbets entered contract negotiations with Tinker. Charles Ebbets, owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers, viewed Tinker as a good release. However, Tinker never received the $10,000 promised him by Ebbets. He insisted on a $10,000 salary for the 1914 season, higher than the $5,000 Brooklyn was willing to pay. Tinker was willing to accept the 3-year contract if paid $7,500 per season. Tinker decided to jump to the Federal League rather than sign with Brooklyn, signing a 3-year contract worth $36,000. He was considered the first star player to jump the Federal League, though he signed with the Federal League in the same day as Mordecai Brown. Joining the Chicago Federals, later known as the Whales, in the Federal League, Tinker served as a player manager. In his role, he signed other major league players to the Federal League, though he could not lure American League pitchers Walter Johnson from the Washington Senators or Smokey Joe Wood from the Boston Red Sox. The Whales drew more fans than the Cubs in those 2 seasons, and the Whales finished in second place in 1914, with Tinker batting .259 despite suffering a broken rib during the season. Tinker tore a muscle in May of 1915, ending his season prematurely. With Tinker managing, the Whales won the pennant in 1915. However, the league folded after the 1915 season. Charles Wegman, the owner of the Whales, purchased the Cubs and consolidated the 2 Chicago rosters, retaining Tinker as his manager. Due to the high combined salaries of the Cubs and the Whales, which included Brown and Rogers Bresnahan, Tinker was tasked with releasing extraneous players from their contracts. He served as the player manager of the Cubs for the 1916 season. As far as his career summary, Tinker was starting shortstop for the Chicago Cubs from 1902 to 1912. He was a speed runner, stealing an average at 28 bases a season and even stealing home twice in one game on July 28, 1910. He also excelled at fielding, often leading the National League in a number of statistical categories, including 4 times in fielding percentage. During the decade with the Cubs, they went to the World Series 4 times, winning in 1907 and 1908. Despite being just an average hitter, batting .268 for his career and an ERA of batting averages, Tinker had a good amount of success against fellow Hall of Famer Christy Mathewson, batting .350 against the Hall of Fame pitcher over his career. In Mathewson's 1912 book, Pitching in a Pinch, he referred to Tinker as the worst man I have to face in the National League. Tinker is perhaps best known for the Tinker to Evers to Chance double play combination in the Palm Baseball's Sad Lexicon, written by the New York Evening Mail newspaper columnist Franklin Pierce Adams. In 1910, the poem was written as a lamentation from the perspective of a New York Giants fan on how the team is consistently defeated by the Chicago Cubs. Tinker was also noted as a fighter. In addition to fighting Evers, Tinker defeated Egan in a fight after a game and fought Rabbit Marinville during a game. In 1908, he was arrested for assault and then got into a fight with a fan at a saloon he owned. He was acquitted of the charge. As far as later in life, in December 1916, Tinker became part owner of the Columbus Senators of the American Association, with Tom E. Wilson serving as the principal owner. The duo paid $65,000 for 75% ownership of the team. Tinker also served as the team's manager, and he allowed Grover Hartley to succeed him as manager in 1919, and chose Bill Clymer to manage the team for the 1920 season, leading to Hartley to request a trade. As far as his honors, Tinker was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1946. Evers and Chance were inducted that same year. Local leaders in Orlando held a testimonial dinner in his honor in 1947. Tinker Field, a former stadium once in the shadow of Camping World Stadium, previously known as the Citrus Bowl, and the Tinker's Building, Tinker's office in Orlando, are on the National Register of Historic Places. Tinker was posthumously inducted into the Florida State League Hall of Fame in 2009 in its inaugural class. So there you have it, Joe Tinker's biography. Now let's go over his stats for his induction into the Hall of Fame. He was a shortstop manager, born July 27, 1880, in Muscatah, Kansas, in the United States. Died July 27, 1948, aged 68, in Orlando, Florida. Batted right through right. His MLB debut April 17, 1902, for the Chicago Orphans. The last MLB appearance September 22, 1916, for the Chicago Cubs. Batting average, his MLB statistics, his career batting average, .262, home runs 31, runs batted in 782. As a player, he played for the Chicago Orphans / Cubs 1902 to 12, Cincinnati Reds 1913, Chicago Feds and the Whales 1914 to 15, Chicago Cubs 1916. As a manager, he was with the Cincinnati Reds in 1913, Chicago Cubs in 1916. His career highlights: 2 times World Series champion 1907 and 8, Federal League champion 1915, in the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame. He became a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame induction in 1946. The election method was the Old Timers Committee. So there you have it. Joe Tinker, our biography, Hall of Fame biography for today. Boom Slang's in the house. Yo, Boom Slang. Get Boom Slang locked in here. Two plus. I'll give you that there. Boom. Biggie, appreciate you. All right. We do a real quick refresh here. Put Joe Tinker aside. We are going to be doing Joe Torre tomorrow. Joe Torre will be our last one for today. I don't think I have any Joe Torre. The next one up that I have cards for is Alan Trammell, which I believe is next week. We'll do Joe Torre tomorrow for our Hall of Fame player for Friday. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Nope, 9. We didn't make it above the 10. But we'll still do the 3 packs for sure. Oh, semi-truck in here. Oh, there we go. We got semi-truck 75s in the house. Two plus. Okay. Got you there, semi-truck. All right. So let me take that off. Do the refresh on my chat. One last. Check. See if we got 10 thumbs up yet. If we got 10 thumbs up, we could open up a couple more packs of the football cards here in a second. But we're still stuck on 9. Well, we got 3 packs to go. 1, 2, and 3. See what we get here for 9 more football cards. Okay, we'll do these score treats. See if we get anything special in here. Okay. I'll trim off the tops on these. See what we get for any goodies in here. Oh, there we go. We got Tyler Higbee at Chargers. Oh, Los Angeles Rams. Then we got a Jaden Daniels rookie card for the Washington Commanders. Then we got Herman Moore for the Detroit Lions. There we go. So we got 2 pumpkins and a bat. Pretty interesting. Locka99 sent this to me in a family mail call package. That's pretty cool. Right? Let's see what we got here. Okay. There we go. Looks like no special cards in this one either. We got Mike Alstott with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a pumpkin. Then we got two bats, Rising Stars for the New Orleans Saints. Rookie card, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid McKinstry. And next we got a Zay Flowers, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. And our third pack for today. Oh yeah, I think he has done Whatnot again. I was on a Whatnot sale the other day. He does strange things on Whatnot. I mean, it's neat the way he does breaks and stuff like that, but okay, let's see what we got here. This pack here. Okay, nothing in there. I don't think there's anything special in here. It look like we got a pumpkin. James Conner with the St. Louis Cardinals, or the Arizona Cardinals. That's what they call them now, right? Rising Stars rookie card for Joe Milton III with the New England Patriots. And our last one is Cameron Dicker with the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers. So nothing earth-shattering in there. Let me see if we made it to, and if not, we'll just do the 2-minute warning and end the show. I showed 10. Well, we'll see. Nobody always says that, but how come my computer don't show 10? Still says 9. Somebody out there's got to give some thumbs up. Do some thumbs up really quick. Okay? I'm going to just put these in numerical sequence right now. Chuck Nasty Sports. I don't know how you, let's see, 23, 33, 28, 167. Oh, that's number 2. Card number 2. Card number 158. 268. And a 26. Number 2 card, Arizona Cardinals. James Conner. All right, so 2, 23, 26, 28, 33, 99, 158, 167, 268. Okay, I'll do one last refresh to see if we made 10 for a bonus pack. One more refresh here. I see 9. Yeah, I see 9 too. That's okay. One of the, maybe tomorrow, Hall of Fame Friday, we'll get more. I still see 9. Let's just go ahead and do this really quick. We're going to do oh, come on. All right, bear with me. Oh, come on. There we go. Start to end the stream, 2-minute warning. Okay. get you guys bonus points at the end of the stream here. All you got to do is chime in and say, here, present. Have a good one, Don. See you tomorrow. Hall of Fame Friday. Fairfield Friday. We will go 254. 254. Jedi Master gets 2 plus. Okay. Chuck Nasty Sports gets a 2 plus. Okay, Sean the Jedi gets a 2. Chuck, I got Chuck. Boomslang still here. He'll get a 2. Chuck, Sean, Bernie H gets his 2, like always. Chuck says he still shows 10. How can he show 10? We'll give it one last try here. One last refresh. I still show 9. I see only 6 people in the house right now. So, without further ado, here we go. And the 2-minute warning. So I've got Bernie H, Boomslang, Chuck, Semi Truck, Sean the Jedi Master, and I think I got everybody. So I'll do this one, that one, that one, and then that one. Okay. I'm going to close up shop today. We will see you all tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, got to turn the camera on so you can see my signature sign off here. Got to go to my FaceTime screen here. Finish things up. This has been Don Blumdahl, Hall of Fame and more with Hall of Fame Biography, episode 303, Joe Tinker, with our trivia plus our score treat. Maybe I'll type it in there, score treat, if I can fit it in with the Fairfield Friday. The kids are bothering me. You're here. Oh, I knew you were here there. God is great. That's fine. You don't have to type in. I know you're usually there. All you got to do is say something when you get a chance. So everybody's here. I gave everybody their bonus entries. You all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And we will see you again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for our end of week stream with our Fairfield Friday and some score treat football cards. Until then, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you around the channels, okay? Bye for now. It's been fun. You all take care. Bye for now.